What's up guys, Panic here, otherwise known as Panic Picnic, and today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a video on Dorado, and this is just going to be a little bit of hints and tips on some things you can do and some things that I think could be added, not to the map, but into your playstyle. Alright, let's go ahead and start it up. I'm going to be playing on Team 2, which is going to be the attacking position. Let's go ahead and enter the game. And I'll talk about it once we're into that little bit of a time frame going down. Alright, so the big one right here is, I'm going to pick Bastion. Bastion's going to be, I'm going to show off Bastion first. And then I'll show off a little bit of flanking routes that I think are a little bit underused. Now, the big thing I really want to show when this Bastion right here is I want to show you how I think a pirate ship should be done on Dorado. Now, I know Dorado is a good map, and you don't really see a lot of pirate ships. You don't really see a lot of pirate ships, whether it be in competitive, quick play, or even in the Overwatch League. Like, you'll see them rarely, and it's more of like a desperation strategy. But when you do see them, I think they could use a little bit of work. Now, the big thing, what I'm going to show is, like I said, I'm the only one in here. There's no enemy team. And what I'm going to show is how I think you should do a pirate ship on Dorado. This, of course, is going to require a little bit of teamwork, but it doesn't require a full team to be built around the Bastion. Now, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be playing Bastion a lot like you would be playing, like how you would have, like, let's say, a sniper comp. And the reason why is you're going to have your team basically give you a whole lot of space and protect you, of course, and then you're going to be doing, of course, the most work. Okay, so the big thing I'm going to show is when most people do a Bastion comp, is they'll, especially on Dorado, is they will come in and they will set up on the top of the cart. In other words, they'll set up right here on top of this little energy battery, or they'll set up right here on the top of the truck. I think that, of course, is a good area. It's going to give you a lot of good visibility, but it offers no protection. It's really hard. You have to have a full team to fully defend you, and I think that's one of the biggest limitations of it. Now, with the trucks that you have in escort maps, unlike the other flat-looking payloads that you would see on Junkertown, for instance, it has something that is unique to it. It's these little areas right here, these little foot rails that you, these steps that you would get in before you get into the truck. That's what we're going to be setting on, and I'm going to show you the difference. I'm going to be able to show you what I'm talking about. So instead of getting on the truck and getting on this energy battery, like I said, you're not going to offer a whole lot of protection. What I do instead is I get on this right little hood right here, this right little thing right there, and I set up. And the reason why is as you can see right here, I'm protected a little bit from the left side, but also it makes me a little bit of a smaller target. And especially if you have like a Reinhardt shield or something with you, it prevents you from fully getting absolutely destroyed, and it can buy you a whole lot of time. It's the same thing with this right here. You have full access to them when they come out here through their spawn, but again, they can't flank you from the left side. This is where, of course, your team comes in. While this also happens, you have full reign of where they can come in, and right here, like I said, it's not 100% perfect, but you get a lot of good protection, and you can shell them from when they're coming in from spawn, especially if they try to block you. Alright, now we're going to go on to the second point. Like I said, I'm going to do a little bit of shift. It's still pretty simple. You're still going to be doing a lot of stationary work, but you're only going to have to shift one or two times. Alright, let's go next. Alright, now for this one, like I said, you're still going to have a lot of good angles right here. You just, of course, got to have to use your team to pressure them just a little bit, because you're a Bastion. You got to stay still. Now for this part right here, of course, you're not going to switch just yet, but you can get some good little damage in when you're coming up. But once you get here, then you have to get off the cart. And the reason why is because you're not going to get a whole lot of protection on this part. You're pretty much an easy target from anywhere on the map, including up there. And they're just going to shoot you in this corner. Now what I would recommend you do is I would recommend you switch to the other side, to the left side. The reason why is because you get that protection from the right side, but you can still, of course, do a lot of damage. And with the Reinhardt or whatever shield or whatever tank you've got, they'll be able to protect you a lot easier, and they're not obscuring your vision too much. Of course, you're going to be doing a lot more shelling and stuff like that. Let's keep it a little entertaining so you can see, if you like pretty bullets, you can see that. Now, once you get, of course, to right here, like I said, it's too open. They can see you a lot better. You might need to switch. Sometimes you can switch to, of course, the back of the truck into its bed, and I think that's a really good position as well. But you don't want to stay near the top because you're just going to get obliterated. You can, of course, switch to here because, like I said, look, I have my entire left side is protected, and I can still shell in. And of course, it requires a little bit of coordination when you're working with a team. Now, right here, I think this is really the best you can fully do without getting immediately shut down, because when you're constantly shifting positions like that, it doesn't allow the enemy team to get the momentum back to be able to stop you. Like, they've got to fully coordinate to stop not only a bastion, but they have a bastion with a little bit more protection outside of the regular teammate with a Reinhardt shield. That being said, I wouldn't recommend you to play Bastion to finish this map. I know it works really well on the first 2 points. Now for the third point, like getting it to finally finish out the map, I don't think it's the best. And the reason why is because you're going to end up hitting a lot. Here, let's go ahead and make it through this little door real quick. You're going to hit a lot of open areas, and that's really the downside. Like, especially right, just when you come through, you can't really do anything. Like, you have your enemy being able to come through here, you have your enemy come through here, and you've got a huge wall in front of you. You can't really fully move. The best thing you could do, of course, is get on top of the energy battery. Come here, you stupid truck. Get through the dang thing. Hey, I'm just going to push it through this little wall. And the best thing you can do is really just aim down here, and even like right here, you're fully exposed almost on absolutely every side. Except for, of course, like you can switch to your left side, but it's not going to fully do a lot. And like that's where I think the limitation of that is, especially on this area. It's just not the best, in my opinion, to play Bastion. Now, if you want to still play Bastion, I would recommend you get off the cart, because once the cart gets to about, like, especially right here in particular, there's no real way for you to get back on it. And it's just too much effort, it's too hard, the enemy have too much of an advantage over you that you can't win as a Bastion. So what I'd recommend you doing is, of course, the primary one is to switch off Bastion and play anything else that'll help your team. That, of course, is the #1 thing. The second thing you could do is, if you're stubborn and you just like Bastion, you could get off Bastion, you could get off the cart, and of course get into a more defensible area. I like right here, it's a little bit, it's like right about right here. And the reason why is because you can get a little bit going there, get a little bit going there. It doesn't offer you the most vision, but it offers you the most protection. And the reason why I'm emphasizing protection as a Bastion is you are borderline the #1 target on the enemy team. And the reason why is because you're scary, you're a tank, you can do a whole lot of damage, and the enemy team have got to dedicate something to you. Now, of course, what you can do is once you get like right here, it's also a really good position right here to use your ult, or of course to get up here, and then you can try to finish the game that way. Like I said, I don't think it's good to stay on the cart, especially on this part as Bastion, because the cart doesn't offer you a lot of protection from anyone that goes high or anything like that. There's just too much areas. If you do, I'd recommend you staying on the left side, because you're going to get a whole lot till about right this corner. And of course, you're going to switch to this side. And the reason why you're going to switch to this side is you can get a little bit from that side, but you're mainly just going to be able to clearing out this. It's not 100% effective, but like I said, the best thing you can do is to just get off Bastion from the third points. Like, that's like from about there to there, from that last point, I would recommend you just get off Bastion. It's the best thing you can do. Speaking of, I want to know what play of the game I would get if it was only one person on the map. Oh wow, you do get a play of the game. Look how pretty this. Look how boring this is. It's like watching a Torb play the game. When Torb has died, you're just like, I did stuff. My press Q. Oh, I did get a card though. Can't complain against that. That's how I would play Bastion on Dorado. I think it offers a better pirate ship, in my opinion, because you're getting a little bit more defense, and it allows your enemy, your team, to not build a full team around you because you've got a little bit more protection and stuff like that. Of course, when I would do a Bastion comp like this, I would highly recommend you have a Reinhardt, and the main reason why is you want the Orisa shield is not going to fully cut it, especially when you're on the cart, because that you're going to have like that little area right here that it gives you a little bit of a dead area that they can still shoot at your feet if you use an Orisa. So like I said, I'd recommend you have a Reinhardt, but when if you have a Reinhardt, he's going to have to stay pretty close to you. And he's going to have to kind of walk with you. It's a little bit, I'll be honest, this is a little bit more coordination. Or you can, of course, stand on the hood and crouch. It requires a little bit more coordination to do it this way, but I find it a lot more effective. And I've actually won a lot more games doing it this way than doing it the regular pirate ship way. Because when you do it the regular pirate ship way, like I said, you're going to stand out. It's going to require a Reinhardt. It might require an Orisa. It might require double shield. It requires your team to fully defend you because you're basically standing on top of a podium. It's like Protect the President. You're standing on top of a podium and you're like, hey guys, how's it going? And you're just screaming at the top of the lungs, at the top of your lungs at the enemy team with your bullets, and the enemy have an easily clear shot at you, whether it be a Pharaoh or it be a Widow or it be anything. You're just out there in the open. Like I said, the thing I propose, the reason why I think it's better is because you're getting a little bit more defense. It's a little bit harder, yes, but in the end, it's a lot harder to shut down, and that's really what the take-home goal is. I hope this has been at least a little bit effective. I hope this has helped you guys out at least a little bit, especially if you're doing a Bastion comp on Dorado, and I hope to see a lot more of it. That being said, my name is Panic Picnic. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like it so much, make sure to share it. And if you love what I do here on this channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And I will see you guys at the picnic table. Bye. I just stole Phil DeFranco's exit. I'm sorry, Phil.